When the thinker forgets the events occurring in the mind, and then later realizes them, this interval is what we call doubt. The idea of doubt is not just an uncertainty or an indecision that the peculiar individual with a mind experiences. Doubt is built into the very nature of reality itself. The discrete measure, or a pause, in the individual mind distinguishes between one idea from another. In our modern scientific accounts, quantum mechanics describes the basic energy state of the universe by the measure of a quanta, which is a discrete point of energy flickering in and out of being at a rapidly fast pace, such that it is impossible to predicate its position on a quantum field. Quantum fields can be characterized as invisible fields of information that exist independently of space and time. We are certain that quantum fields are real for one unambiguous reason: they carry energy. This discrete energy state, a packet of energy whose instantaneous entrance into being is also simultaneously its exit into non-being or nothing, characterizes the physical side of the abstract notion of reason in the human mind known as thought. In other words, it is what thought is. When there is a lack of interest or distraction, this is not a disconnect between one thought from another. The assumption is that thoughts must follow a certain order. Based on a narrative the reader presupposes their own identity of themselves must have. In more scientific terms, thoughts must be structured in a certain logical order. Logic does not only mean that an order has to be structured in a certain type of way, but the precondition for logic is that all the possibilities of an argument must be laid out and revealed. As long as the reader is not discouraged by this hurdle, he can proceed onwards to the thoughts that fill the void of doubt with content, and piece these contents together to form a general understanding. The interval between unconscious and conscious realization of the ideas occurring in the mind is actually the transition of one moment changing into another moment in time. Just like one object is separate from another in space, so they do not mold into each other, forming a disfiguration that cannot be picked out. There are also these separations between moments in time that correspond to distinctions between ideas in the mind.